Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Nina Ribena's Art Journal Prompts and More. It's September, week 4, and I thought we'd have some colourful, playful fun this week. We are going to be creating a Masterboard. This is the one that I've done so far. It's not finished, this is just the first initial layer, and I thought we'd do it in stages because I know that some of you find busy backgrounds and layering really overwhelming, so I thought we'd do it in stages and try and break it down. But having a masterboard in your arsenal is such a useful thing to have, and I'm going to show you some examples in a second and give you some ideas as to how you can use them. So here's an example of one of my mood boards. Some of you will remember me doing this about 18 months or so ago. I think this is one of my favourite pieces. And the background was created using a credit card. I just scraped a few colours of acrylic paint on, and then I've just added loads and loads and loads of stamping and stenciling. And you know, more is more in my opinion with this type of thing. I've used a lot of geometric style stamps for this one here, and then I had it photocopied. So this is the original piece here, you can see, and I had it photocopied at my local printers. This one here was printed on both sides, but so many uses for these. I mean, for instance, if you cut them down into smaller pieces, they just make absolutely wonderful toppers for greetings cards in your original artwork. This piece here being double-sided would make a great journal cover, for instance, you know, or you could have it framed as well. Another piece of my artwork that I had printed. Some of you will remember me doing this art journal page here for a graffiti challenge we had in the Facebook group a couple of years ago. I'll leave the links to the videos for all of these in the description box below. I wish I'd remembered to have it printed before I glued it into my journal, but there we go, I don't always remember. But I did have this piece left and had it blown up and printed out at my local printers. And again, you know, just cut down into various sections. It would just make wonderful greetings cards or a fabulous journal cover. And this is a selection of some of the very first backgrounds that I ever created, so going back 5 or 6 years ago, very Robin Marie Smith style. These were just done on the backs of cereal boxes because I had very little in terms of supplies in those days. So let's show you these, but you know, just so pretty. I just love these. And I've kept all of the originals, and you know, I regularly get these photocopied. That's what they look like copied onto, you know, nice quality satin cardstock. So again, just great for making journal covers, greetings cards, and that kind of thing. Just show you these. These are the ends of the cereal boxes from these here, and I kept them and glued them together just with masking tape. And again, these look wonderful when they're copied and just used as borders, so no waste in my craft room. I'm going to be using the Arteza acrylic paper pad today, which is 400 GSM. I really like the linen texture. I don't know whether you can see this if I hold it up. This was the piece that I created for the review I did for them. These are the colours I'm going to be using, so pink, yellow, orange, green, a couple of blues and a white. Do not feel that you can't do this if you don't have one of the Arteza acrylic pads. This piece here was done with regular mixed media paper, and as I showed you earlier, these were just done on the back of a cereal box, so just use whatever you have. I start off by dampening my paintbrush, just because I find with this Arteza paper, the paints are just a little bit more difficult to spread than they would be on a smooth mixed media paper pad. So they do take a little bit more work, but I just absolutely love the linen texture that you can see poking through. Now I'm working in colour order here, and I would say that if you do this, you need to choose your colours wisely to avoid making mud. So I've chosen colours that I know are going to work nicely together. So I start off with the pink, and then I just go through the colour wheel. So pink, orange, yellow, the yellow green, and then the blue, before adding white, because I know that these colours are all going to play nicely together and just layer without creating any mud. I decided to use a paintbrush to create this particular background because I just wanted it to look different to the piece that I'd created using a credit card. Because of the gridded texture, as I say, the paints on this particular paper don't spread quite as easily, and so by applying it with the credit card I ended up with quite a few harsh, blunt lines, and I just thought it would apply more smoothly using a paintbrush, which it does. I also like that wispy texture when the paintbrush is starting to run out of paint. And so I carry on laying down the colours until the page is full. Now I find that you get the best results when you're creating a mixed media background like this when you add layers. So once the page is full, I just continue with the same colours of paint, just going over the top, just to build up interest. So I'm going to pop some music on now and let you sit back and watch me build my background, and I'll dip in if there's anything else that I think I need to tell you. Now you can probably tell that I wasn't very happy with the application of the blue. It just didn't blend as nicely as I'd hoped it would. So I just dampened my paintbrush and smooth it out. And you know, with these types of backgrounds, it really is just a case of adding, taking away any bits and covering the bits that you don't like over, and just persevering with it until you get a result that you're happy with. So I've now covered the whole of my page using all of the colours that I'd chosen for my background, and now I just want to go into certain areas and just add more intensity. So for instance, I just absolutely love that neon pink, so I'm just adding a bit more of that in a few places and just touching up here and there. Now, to make sure that the page looks cohesive, I make sure that I spread the colours evenly across the page. So, you know, that blue is in the centre, then I go to the right, just so that your eye follows the colour all the way around the page. Now I want to add a little bit of brightness to my page, so I start off initially by adding some white. I've also pulled out some of the Do Craft Artiste colours as well. I've got a fluorescent pink, which is slightly different to the Arteza pink, fluorescent orange, and a pale blue as well, and this just adds a little bit of contrast to my background. So I'm now pouncing up and down using the tip of the paintbrush, and this is just to give me a slightly different texture, and I really like the look of this. So here's my masterboard so far. I love it. I just think the colours are gorgeous. I love the texture. I'm really happy with that. And I've already been off to my local printers and had it photocopied as well. So let me just show you what it looks like. So that's the original. This is the masterboard photocopied onto a piece of the arteza acrylic paper. So it's come out very, very slightly darker. The fluorescent pink isn't quite as fluorescent. It comes out more magenta, but you know, I'm happy with that. And the reason I've had it copied is that this will give me the opportunity to experiment with some stamping and some stenciling and maybe try a couple of different styles. So that's, as I say, printed on the arteza paper. This is just printed out on regular mixed media paper. So again, let me just show you the difference. You just don't get that linen texture, that's all. And then this is printed out on the printer's satin cardstock. I just love the finish of that. So what I want you to do this week is create a masterboard. I'll be coming back next week and I'll be adding more to this. I'll be adding the stenciling and the stamping. So do your basic masterboard, and then next week we can add to it and maybe do a couple of finished projects. So do it in any style you like. I know that the busyness of this won't appeal to everybody. Some of you might not like the brightness of the colours I've chosen, so do it in your own style. But as I say, I just think, you know, having a masterboard like this in your arsenal is just really useful for you to have. So enjoy the project this week and take care, everyone. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.